So welcome back to another video, and let's look at latest romKTpro 21.8.28 version based upon MIUI 12.6, which is ported from POCO F3. The ROM is pretty stable and smooth out of the box. If you come to about font section, the ROM version is romKTpro 12.6 and it is based upon MIUI EU 21.8.28 beta. Security patch is from 1st September 2021. I am not sure why it is September, where Google official site shows 5th August 2021 is the latest release. Anyways, Android version is 11 and CPU is also overclocked to 2.9 GHz. Kernel coupled is D8G 2.8. Under security session, the ROM does got fingerprint and IR face unlock. Both does their job pretty well. Both are very faster and reliable, but out of the box the ROM is not encrypted. As same as any other romKTpro builds, even in this build, SE Linux is by default set as permissive. The QS panel here is very smooth. I didn't notice any jitters in animation. There is screen recorder present and it is not capable of recording internal audio and microphone at a time. The ROM does include notch hiding feature and it does works, but there is no option for hiding notch completely. You can hide the notch without moving status bar. Next important update on this build is Game Turbo 4.0. As far I checked, the voice changer is working and you can change the thermals between balanced and performance. Not just that, even when you come to DRM info, the ROM does got wide vinyl 1 support. Another asset is MIUI stock cam. It is not the latest one. All features are working perfectly fine. But I did notice sometimes selecting slow-mo can freeze your app. After restarting, it will work perfectly. The ROM comes out rooted. Out of the box, it does not pass the Saftynet checks, nor Google Play protection is certified. But if you hide the measures cap properly, you can pass the Saftynet and get the Google certification. Now that being said, let's talk about benchmarks. Out of the box, Antutu scores 3,57,000 plus and Geekbench scores for single core 515 and multi-core 2242, which are decent scores for Snapdragon 845. Next is CPU throttling test. If you see closer to graph and GIPS values, ROM did manage to keep up the graphs always in green and resulted a average value of 2 lakh plus, which is of course great one. But when I finished benchmarking and CPU test, the phone temperature was raised up to 55 degrees Celsius. Also, it can go far more. To understand more about performance, let's do a gaming test now. BGMI with smooth plus extreme settings. While gaming is going on, let's talk about the next side of this ROM. First is by default 90 FPS is enabled for PUBG. Next is SE Linux is permissive by default and ROM comes out rooted. Another issue with this ROM is YouTube events is not supported. Even after giving root permission, you cannot install it normally. The last problem is heating. As like the previous build, this ROM is also having heating issue. If you are not giving a proper cooling method, it can go very much high. Leaving these issues behind, ROM is pretty smooth and solid. I didn't find any major bugs. Even after being a gaming ROM, you can easily get 6 hours plus screen on time on this ROM. The ROM is pretty solid and can be used as daily driver. Gaming experience in this ROM is also really great, as like any other romKTpro builds. After all, the main point of this ROM is performance or gaming. So that's it guys, hope this video was helpful to you. Like and shares are always appreciated. Subscribe if you are new here and I'll catch you in next one.